Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Zelkenon. This is another Smite super builds. So we got Apollo here, another requested build to do. The thing about Apollo, he can go many different routes. Okay, mainly because of his passive. You don't really have to focus that much on attack speed, because after you get his little meter filled up, which is right above his portrait there on the bottom, he has twice his attack speed. Most of the time they'll take you to cap like it just did to me right now, which the cap is 2.5. So if you focus too much on attack speed, it's kind of useless really. So just keep that in mind when you're building Apollo. So with that said, I'm going to go over some different type of ways and routes you can go with this build. So I'm going to go with the basic. I actually need to get my actives. So these two actives are the meta for all around for hunters, any game mode, even conquest. So these are the perfect ones to get for that. So we got Warrior Heavy, penetration, executioner. Getting this early is really nice. It's a really nice multi-purpose item to have for a hunter, especially for Apollo. More with the attack speed, the power, and the passive. So it's like penetration, attack speed, power all in one item at a fairly decent price. So it's great to pick up as your second item. If you're playing assault, typically people will get Shin size as their very first item, buy the full thing, or they go ahead and buy Aussie for their first item, buy it full for assault. So that answers that question. Then move on to Shin size. Really great for Apollo, works well with this attack speed. The passive gets a lot of use out of it, and overall more damage output for you. So these three items are pretty much your core items to have on Apollo. The fourth item, it kind of goes either way. You can use Haste of Fatalis if you want to. It's not really necessary, but since we have Sprint in your 3. So let's go over some different alternatives, if I can hit the right button. Different alternatives for that Haste of Fatalis. I'm not saying Haste of Fatalis is a terrible item, but you can use it. If you feel like you need more penetration, you're fighting a lot of tanks in that sense, probably pick up Titan's Bane. The problem with Titan's Bane, you lose quite a bit of your attack speed. So we have a straight 2.0 attack speed. We dropped this, we're down to 1.7, not terrible, but we could use a little bit more. So Titan's Bane, 30 more power, but no attack speed. If you're fighting healers and high HP 5, health regeneration gods, definitely buy Brawler's Beast, like to shut those guys down, especially as a hunter and this much attack speed. You can keep refreshing that stack of 8 seconds, or that duration of 8 seconds of reduced healing on them. So that's another option for you. Lifesteal, if you feel like you need lifesteal. This is also really cool. For Conquest, your second item most likely will probably be a stack item. That's more of the meta nowadays. Well, if you want to get really technical, it would be like Death's Toll first, and then maybe branch off to Boots. Some branch off from Death's Toll off to your second item as being a stack item. With that being said, like Heartseeker, the thing with Heartseeker, if I know where it's at, because I don't really know. Yeah, if you get a Heartseeker, it's really cheap. That's why people get it. If you get Heartseeker, just keep in mind, when you die, it cuts your stacks in half. So that's why you see only maybe the professionals or the people that really know that hunter and they know their teammates and they know they're not going to die that often, then fine, get Heartseeker. But if you're new to hunters, or you're going to die, or you're playing with random people, I would stay away from Heartseeker. I've seen way too many times people buy Heartseeker for either an assassin, or you just don't get Heartseeker for assassin. It's way too hard to build stacks. But more for hunters. And then they keep dying, and then I dropped my wallet. Your Heartseeker is useless at that point when your stacks keep getting cut in half. So stay away from that. I would recommend buying Transcendence. This will allow you to stay in lane longer. It is a little bit more expensive, but overall it's permanent stacks, and you get quite a bit of power from this actually. It stacks up to 50, 5 stacks for God kill, 1 stack for minion kill, so it's pretty nice. It's quick to build up, and 3% of your mana is converted to physical power. So it's not just getting mana, it's also granting you physical power per stack. So it's not too bad of an item actually. But if you're looking for, you know, overall having life steal and having damage and having, you know, a stack item, then I would definitely go with Devourer's Gauntlet. It's really cheap, gets you 10% life steal and 30 power right off the bat, and then that's not including the passive with the stacks. You get a lot of, you know, it's 60 stacks. It's not too hard since you're Hunter. You know, 5 stacks for a God kill, 1 stack for a minion. But this gives you overall more life steal and more power. So I definitely recommend this item. Now, this is mainly for Conquest only. I definitely don't recommend getting a stack item for other game modes, mainly because it can be difficult to build that, especially for Arena. I've seen too many times Hunters that would get a stack item in Arena. Which typically you're going to have at least 1 to 2 mages, if not more mages on your team, and mages are the top lane clearers most of the time. You know, if they're decent, they're going to be clearing the lane since they have, you know, big AoEs to, you know, flush out and kill those minions. So it's going to be pretty difficult for you to get stacks for items like this for Hunters. That being said, you have to really rely on getting God kills, which you know, it may take a little bit for you to build God kills, especially in Arena, because Arena is a very short game mode as far as the duration of it. You know, rarely, unless if you get fed, you can't really buy your 6th item unless if you go a totally cheap route. But most of the time you can't even finish your build until, you know, one team surrenders, or it's just, you know, you get overran and it just ends early, or even if it's a somewhat tied match throughout, it's still going to be a short match compared to Conquest. So that's why, you know, you don't really see stack items used in Arena. Same goes for a Joust. In Joust, you mainly would have at least 1 mage with you to clear the lane, so you're not going to get so much of that. Assault, still, you're going to have mages, so, you know, that's why stack items is kind of more for Hunters and Conquest. So, with that being said, that's over and done with. If you're not into the stack items, let's say if you still want life steal and power, I would recommend the Bloodforge. I really love this item. Yeah, it's 2,700 gold, kind of pricey, but overall it's really worth it. Especially if you have a high attack speed build, like I mentioned before. So I really like that for Bloodforge, what it has got going for it. Soul Eater, you could use this. It's fairly cheap. The thing is, it only gives you 10 power. You do get that power from the Aura and the lifesteal, but I don't know, it's really up to you. It's your call what you want to do. You could go with Aussie Still. It's not a bad item. It gives you more penetration. It gives you the nice passive for worst case scenarios against, you know, attack speed, life steal. So you could very well go with that. Going over here, Witchblade. Now it gives you attack speed, movement speed, and protection. You could go this route, especially if you need a little bit more physical protection. So that is an option. Winged Blade, now it does give you attack speed. It used to be just, you know, health, cooldown, movement speed, more of like a Ymir item. Now it gives you attack speed. You could go down that route. So these are just some recommendations on how I feel about these individual items and what you can use. But for now, let's see. For now, I'm just gonna go with Hates Fatalis, just for now. Like I said, any of those other items will work for you. Feel free to, you know, mold this build into your own liking. So, of course, you finish off with Rage and Deathbringer. So let's go ahead and buy our potions real quick for further studies, I guess you could say. Actually, let's not go with Haste Fatalis. Need a little bit more damage. Oh, attack speed. Attack speed. Just go Soul Eater, whatever. We have Soul Eater now. There you go. Some little damage outputs. Not too bad. We cap out at 2.5 with our passive. And without it, we have 1.8 attack speed. So a good attack speed to sit around is around 1.7, if not try to get a little bit higher for Apollo. Just find that nice medium for you with your likings. So fairly nice damage. Got good lifesteal and whatnot. Nice, 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 nice. Really nice. Here's our elixir. 1,000. Let's go ahead and ulti on up to Raw. He's dead just like that. So that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope this helps you guys out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. And one more thing, if you have any other suggestions, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it.